When people think about the highest paying careers, people often think medicine, law, investment banking, engineering. Very few people think of sales. But here is the truth. Some of the highest earners in the world are in sales. And no, I'm not talking about people who force their product on others. I'm talking about professionals who understand people, solve problems, negotiate value, and generate revenue. Yeah, emphasis on professionals. Today, I'll explain why sales remains one of the highest paying careers in the world, what nobody tells you about it, and why I think more people should consider having a career in sales. Hi guys, my name is Fola. If you're new here, this is a channel that talks about self-development, lifestyle, and what have you. One of the first things to understand is that companies often pay for revenue, not activity. Nobody is concerned about the activity you carry out. Does it generate revenue? Companies only survive on revenue. A company can survive for a while without a fancy branding, a beautiful office, or expensive furnitures. But no company survives without sales. Every salary in a company comes from revenue generated from customers. Now, have you gotten to think about it? The HR department does not generate revenue directly. Finance manages money, operations deliver services. But sales, they bring the money in. That's why companies are often willing to pay exceptional salespeople significantly higher than other employees. And this is not because they are more important as human beings, but because they directly influence the company's growth. The salesperson that brings in 500 million naira in business would often have stronger bargaining power over others. It's good to also keep in mind that sales has no salary ceiling. You can earn as much as possible. Most careers have salary limits, but in sales, your income can grow much faster because of commissions, bonuses, and incentives. How sweet is that? Now, imagine two employees. Employee A, 500,000 naira monthly. Employee B, a fixed salary of 500,000 naira plus incentives, plus commissions. At the end of the year, employee A earns 6 million naira. Employee B earns 6 million naira salary, 4 million naira commission, 2 million naira bonus. At the end of the day, you have employee B going home with 12 million naira. You see that there's no salary ceiling. Same company with different earning potential. Can you now see why many salespeople often out-earn managers? Because revenue generation is directly rewarded. In sales, results can accelerate your career growth. One thing I love about sales is that it's one of the few careers where your results speak louder than your years of experience. In many professions, promotion takes years. You may have to wait for a position to become vacant, annual reviews, organization restructuring, seniority requirements. But sales is different. When your numbers consistently show that you are contributing to the company's growth, people notice. The scoreboard is visible, your performance is measurable, the revenue you bring in can be tracked, the accounts you win can be counted, the targets you exceed can be verified. In my own career, I experienced this firsthand. I received the promotion within just 3 months. And this is not because I spent a long time in the company. It's not because I knew the right people, but because my performance created value for the business. That's one beautiful thing about sales. Your results create opportunities. The company may not know your story. They might not understand the struggle, but they understand the numbers. And when your numbers consistently contribute to business growth, your chances of advancement increase significantly. Of course, every company is different and promotions are not automatic. But then, sales give you something that other careers might not. And that is a clear opportunity to decide how quickly you grow. Your effort to be visible, your impact to be measurable, and in many instances, your reward is tied to the value you create. In sales, age doesn't close the deals, your result do. Your years of experience don't sign the contracts. Your ability to create value does. Sales is a skill that works everywhere. Here's something most people don't realize. Even if you leave sales, sales never leaves you. Because sales is really about communication, negotiation, relationship building, persuasion, and understanding human behavior. And all the skills work in entrepreneurship, corporate world, leadership, real estate, consulting, and politics. Even job interview is a means to sell yourself, right? That's the moment you get to sell your skill. When you're asking for a promotion as well, is the moment you get to sell your value. Sales is one of the few careers that teaches skills that you can use for the rest of your life at any position. The world rewards people that can influence others. Many people think success comes from intelligence alone, but history has tended to show us something different. The people who earn more are people who can influence decisions, build trust, communicate clearly, and move people to action. A brilliant product that nobody buys will fail. Meanwhile, an average product with excellent sales and marketing will thrive massively. And that is why influence is valuable. And sales teaches you influence every day. Not manipulation, influence. There is a difference. Manipulation benefits you, while influence creates value for both parties. Sales is one of the fastest paths to entrepreneurship. Many successful business owners started in sales. Why? Because business is simply sales on a larger scale. If you're a business owner, you must attract customers, negotiate deals, build partnerships, close transactions, handle objections. And a salesperson practices these skills daily. And this is why I believe sales is the best foundation for anyone who dreams of running a business someday. If you own a business without a good salesperson, you would struggle. The business will struggle. But I mean, having a great salesperson, they can create opportunities almost everywhere. Now, here's the part that most people don't tell you, or they don't try to dwell on because they know the reality. Now, let's face the reality. Sales is not easy. It's not a walk in the park. People only see the commissions. They don't see the rejection you deal with. They don't see the missed targets. They don't see the pressure. They don't see the difficult customers. They don't see your constant follow-ups. Some periods you can work incredibly hard, and I mean incredibly hard, and you still get a no. And that is why you need resilience, discipline, emotional intelligence. And that's one of the major reasons why not everybody succeeds in sales. Some people want quick results, but in sales, you have to learn to be patient. And those who master these qualities become extremely valuable. Sales taught me that growth is not necessarily about how long you've been somewhere. It's the impact you make while you're there. And I experienced that personally when I earned a promotion based on my results. That is why I believe sales remains one of the most rewarding career for anyone who is willing to produce results. The reason why sales is one of the highest paying career is not because salespeople are lucky. It's because businesses generally reward people who can create revenue, build relationships, solve problems, and influence decisions. Sales has entirely changed my perspective on business, communication, and opportunities. So, whether you want to become a top sales executive, simply grow your income, or even start your own company, learning sales is one of the most valuable investments you can make in yourself. So, tell me in the comments, would you consider a career in sales? If you're already in sales, what's the biggest lesson you have learned? Now, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with someone who is still trying to figure out their career path. I'll see you on the next one. Mwah.